And now, CBEY Action News with Izzy Anastas, Les Nessman, Dr. G with the weather, and Mike Cosell with sports.
Good evening. I'm Izzy Anastas.
And I'm Les Nessman. We begin tonight with the arrest of a prominent local doctor with shocking accusations. But first, breaking news in the dinner plagiarism scandal. Nassau County District Attorney Rice has handed down indictments in the dinner committee copyright scandal. Local dentist David Gallo was arrested earlier this evening. His co-conspirator Mordechai Bohm has not been apprehended and is thought to have fled the jurisdiction. If you see this man, he may be armed and is definitely dangerous. If you have any information regarding his whereabouts, please call the number at the bottom of your screen. Both individuals are facing numerous counts of fraud, conspiracy to commit fraud, plagiarism, and copyright infringement for their blatant use of the Apprentice and Godfather skits in the dinner video just a few months after the 2005 Shul Purim video. Gallo's attorney says, quote, "Getting information from his client is going to be like pulling teeth. If convicted, he may need some laughing gas to make his prison stay more enjoyable," unquote.
Now back to our top story, the arrest of prominent local doctor Ari Ginsberg. We now go to our Long Island correspondent, Akiva Silver, who filed this report earlier today.
Thank you, Iz. This is Akiva Silver reporting for CBEY News. I'm standing here at the Ginsberg residence, where earlier today, at shocking events, Dr. Ginsberg was led away by undercover Nassau PD after a sting event that was months in the making. The Teflon doctor was brazen at the time of his arrest. Accompanied by his attorney and Shul colleague, Shia Cutler, the doctor's been charged with 3 counts of felony drug distribution, as well as money laundering and racketeering. Here's what he had to say.
You got nothing on me, nothing, you hear? Nothing. These are trumped up charges. I'll be back in time home for the CBEY News before the night's out. Nothing!
Once again, the Shul board and the local authorities are targeting my client with fabricated charges that will never stand up in a court of law if it ever gets that far. My client is an upstanding citizen and a victim of a smear campaign from the Spindler majority.
Bold words, but it appears from footage exclusively obtained by CBEY 7 News that he might be in over his head this time. The evidence surrounds wiretaps and video equipment which has been in place for months at the Doctor's Social Club located on Island Avenue in Woodmere. Here's what was uncovered.
Chavez, Ari, you on call this weekend?
Chavez, yeah, unfortunately I am. Comes with territory. Yitzchak, get in here. Oh, it's going to be a long weekend. Hey, Shloima, how you doing? He lost what? You tell that paisan if I don't have all 6 of those kilos by the time I'm on my second shoulder tomorrow, he's a dead man. You hear me? A dead man. Nobody crosses me. You don't. If he doesn't believe me, let him talk to Bron Spiegel. He'll find out. Yeah, you make sure he has that stuff. Oh, not again. My goodness. Yeah, Zalman, how you doing? That's a lot of cash. Hamowitz says he wants all that money on the Jets? The Jets? You sure he doesn't know something? All right, we'll take his action, But you tell him if I find out he's got inside information, this time I'm going to break both his legs. Oh, not again. My goodness. Yeah, Jimmy, so I was telling this guy, hey, Seth, what are you doing here? Can't you see I'm trying to have a kid this club? You'll come back here later and make your phone call. Get out of here. Yeah, he got the Jets. I can't believe he took all that money on the Jets. What an idiot.
Needless to say, the good doctor has some rough days ahead of him. Now back to you, Les and Izzy.
Thank you, Akiva, for that very informative and shocking report.
Fierce fighting broke out this evening over the Benesowitz line, and there's been yet another CBEY casualty this week in the ongoing battle behind the Shul property lines. Both sides continue to sustain heavy losses, although rumors continue to circulate about an impending treaty to be signed later this month, which may end the fiercest fighting this year. Embedded with the troops is our very own war correspondent, CBEY Action News' Akiva Silver, reporting from behind enemy lines. Akiva?
Can't believe how I get stuck in these terrible assignments. That is unless they give money to the news station, they name the newsroom after a family member, and I get stuck doing this type of stuff.
Kiva, we're on.
What?
Thanks, Les and Iz. This is Akiva Silver reporting for CBEY 7 News. We are here at the front lines where another day of fighting continues. Once again, both sides have sustained heavy casualties. We have some really disturbing footage shot by our cameraman earlier today. If you are faint of heart, you may want to look away. We have followed the Special Forces soldier as he was conducting a recon patrol behind enemy lines when his unit was suddenly ambushed.
Medic, give me some morphine, some shivas, preferably 15 years or older. Something.
Akiva Silver reporting here at the front. Soldier, what's your name?
Specialist Smith.
What happened to you, soldier? What happened to the rest of your platoon? Did they make it? Soldier, you look like you're in pain. Do you need anything?
I need a bedpan.
Is there a doctor? Nurse Farkas? Mendy? Anyone?
Oh my goodness! Shiva! Who hung this IV? Is someone trying to kill this man? There was nothing supposed to be, only straight scotch. Oh my goodness, quickly, hang the McAllen! Bring in some Absolute!
Another rough day at the front. Tomorrow I'll be coming to you straight from the Benesowitz front. This has been Akiva Silver reporting for CBEY 7 News. Back to you, Les and Iz.
Now we go outside to our very own Dr. G, who is struggling to report on the severe weather.
As you can see, what earlier in the day had been a torrential downpour has now evolved into a full-fledged blizzard. The temperature has dropped, and the high-pressure system over the Benesowitz region is clearly pumping continued moisture into the region. They are expecting 2 feet of snow in this neighborhood tonight, on top of the flooding earlier in the day, which will lead to tremendous damage in this Woodmere section of...
Dr. G? Dr. G? Dr. G, can you hear us? In other local news, local food guru, the Aussie chef, also finds herself in hot water, literally. In a shocking revelation, it was determined that Naomi Nachman, the purported Aussie chef, actually hails from Jamaica, Queens. We caught up with her voice coach, Sarah Crocodile Dundee Yastrab. Here's what she had to say.
Miss Dundee.
G'day, mate.
Is it true that you've been helping the Aussie chef cover up with her accent?
Nah, never heard of the Sheila. Now get lost, I'll chuck a boomerang at ya.
You know, Izzy, that's a lot of drama for such a small community.
Indeed. But now a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, I'm Beryl Daskell, the inventor of Hooked on Robotics, the Beryl Daskell method. Ever feel like sleeping through the daf? Does trying to learn make your head spin? Rather tackle a quarterback than tackle a block Gemara? Well, now all that is about to change. With my innovative and proven method, I can help you change from drinking a beer to giving a share in just 36 easy lessons. Take a look at some of these testimonials.
My name is Zalman Schneer Kallenberger. A week ago, I was just a plain Pasha to Yid. I woke up, went to work, came home, and went to sleep. I never really went to Shul or Daf Yomi. But then I found Beryl Daskell's CDs, and I got hooked on robotics. Now I'm giving a share 6 days a week, and made a scene for finishing the English part of my art school Gemara.
Shalom! My name is Rabbi J. Black. Some of you may recognize me from my numerous appearances on Rabbi Swap. What you may not know is that prior to becoming a celebrity rabbi to the stars, I owned a karaoke bar in West Hollywood and coached girls' Little League softball on the weekend. But that was before my friend and colleague, celebrity rabbi Shmuley Boteach, turned me on to Beryl Daskell's CDs, Hooked on Robotics. Since starting these CDs, I have been able to trace my lineage back to Chelm and have become the rabbi you've all known and come to love, Rabbi J. Black. Beryl, thank you.
I found Hooked on Robotics. I was searching all over America, all over the world really, to find my place. I was in Madagascar, I was in South Africa, I was in Australia, a number of other places. We even tried Juneau, yet I couldn't find myself, and nobody was really accepting, and I really wasn't comfortable in any of the places that I was at. But only 1 month after completing the 3 CD set from Beryl and from following the Hooked on Robotics process and going through everything that he told me to do and all the training, I found this great gig in Long Island, the corner of Island and Peninsula, and I'm really one step closer to having my 500-seat shul on the corner of Island and Peninsula. Thank you so much, Beryl.
Well, you heard it, folks. Just buy my 3 CD set, Hooked on Robotics, and start preaching to the converted. Order now, and I'll throw in this autographed picture of the Nickelsburger Rebbe and 2 free tickets to the next Siyum HaShas.
To get your copy of Beryl Daskell's Hooked on Robotics, just send 3 easy payments of $33.33 to Hooked on Robotics, P.O. Box 333, Woodmere, New York, 11598.
For the 5th time in recent months, the local synagogue, Beis Ephraim Yitzchak, was struck by the terror group Early Sabbath. Once again, they left their mark by showing up in Shul 20 minutes early and taking various crucial seats, casting the membership into seating chaos by 9:05 a.m. A spokesman for the group says that Early Sabbath will continue to strike out against the establishment and that no one will be able to sleep past 8 a.m. until their demands are met. They are insisting on seats of their own, freedom ben gavra legavra, and the right to start a Kiddush club.
Talks between the Children's Workers Union and the Shul Board have broken down once again. Children's Workers United CWU hit the picket lines for the 3rd week in a row after failure of the board to vote on a new collective bargaining agreement. The union is demanding better play space to cut back on overcrowding, increases on sugar-based candies before 10 a.m., larger toilet facilities to accommodate larger volume toilet paper stuffing, increase in the allowable decibel level during the rabbi's speech, and just better ticket prizes. CBEY Youth Chairman Donnie Aryeh said that the shul will not go back to the bargaining table until the children sit down and be quiet. The head of the CWU, Moshe Spilzinger, had this to say at CBEY headquarters.
Although we continue to negotiate with the shul, they continue to push us around and treat us like little kids. We have agreed to stop stuffing the toilets if the lolly man increases his output per child. Dad, we want more lollies! Yeah! More sheep! More sheep! More sheep! More sheep! More sheep! More sheep!
You know, Spilzinger definitely made some good points. And now, CBEY on Your Side investigative report with Mendy Rivera.
Thank you, Les and Izzy. Over the past few weeks, we have received numerous letters and phone calls from members at the so-called Island Avenue Shul regarding the discriminatory practice of the kibbudim that are given out on Shabbos and holidays. Earlier this evening, we spoke to a former member of the congregation who now davens at a shul of color.
First of all, I just want to say that I only agreed to speak with CBEY 7 on the condition of anonymity for fear of reprisals by other members of the CBEY Island Shul. I started davening at Island approximately 6 months ago, At first, I didn't even have a seat, but then they found me a spot in the cholent closet. That's where I met some guy named Ginsberg, who shared a bowl of cholent with me during the rabbi's sermon. He's the only guy who even spoke to me in the entire shul, and that was only ben gavra legavra. But what really irks me was that I never got any kibbudim, like Pasicha, Hagba, or even a lousy Aliyah. Ever.
We caught up with the founder and self-proclaimed king of all kibbudim, Sam Spinner.
Mr. Spinner, what do you have to say about the complaints of the people in your synagogue?
I'm not answering your questions. It's my shul. I'll do whatever I want.
Well, there you have it, folks. This week, we induct Sam Spinner into the Hall of Shame. Shame on you.
Tonight's weather is sponsored by Charnowitz Air Conditioning, where it's winter 12 months a year.
Good evening, listeners. Story out there on the town tonight, everybody, is snow, snow, and more snow. This follows up on the heels of some of the worst downpours this neighborhood has seen in quite some time. We have had 6 straight days of rain. What started off as a simple sprinkle, almost as if on a summer's kiddish day, has now evolved into a full-fledged nor'easter. And as the temperature drops tonight, the rain has turned to snow, and our area will be buried under about 2 feet of the white stuff. The problem all starts as we take a look here at the weather map. You can see our lovely shul right over here, and just to the north, high pressure is dominating the scene. And with this high pressure, tons of moisture is being pumped out. The problem is exacerbated by the fact that we have a low just off to our east, and as this pressure system moves through the neighborhood, it has brought soaking rains to our vicinity. The rain will continue, and it has no end in sight. It seems that only about $825,000 will let the sun shine again one day.
Wow, sounds like we may need some hip waders for a few days, Dr. G.
Unless one of us robs a bank or catches Boehm and gets that reward.
And now sports with Mike Cosell.
Good evening, Les. Good evening, Izzy. Preparations for this week's Strongman Hagba competition are in high gear as competitors from around the globe gather here in Woodmere for what promises to be a tight competition. Here are some of this year's top competitors. Steve Levitz, the top local competitor and last year's winner, is a strong favorite and hopes to defend his crown by lifting 2 Torahs simultaneously. His powerful reverse left-handed lift has wowed the judges with its unusual combination of form, power, and speed. His top rival from the east, Alex Losov, Boris the Ukrainian Bull Losov.
Some call me Beast from the East, and some call me Ukrainian Beaver.
Beaver? It is bull, you dumb Slovak.
Well, anyway, Levitz, I will crush your puny American body like I crushed this egg.
Boris, why don't you show them what you are capable of?
Okay.
Proszę dobrze. Dziękuję. Dziękuję.
Пошел, дурак, я самый сильный в мире человек.
Boris, please take a couple of these pills and wash it down with a little vodka.
Thank you very much.
One of the lesser-known competitors who has made the journey include the underdog, Aaron the Beanpole Itzkowitz.
Well, I've been drinking a lot of ginseng and taking 3 Tylenols daily after I've been focusing more on the form of the lift, because after all, it's the quality and not the quantity that counts with the judges.
The event takes place on May 14th at Oratora in North Woodmere. Good luck to all the competitors. And now for part 2 of my continuing series, The Unconventional Outdoorsman. Shmuel Fried has been an avid hunter for many years. His unique approach to hunting has earned him the admiration of fellow hunters everywhere.
I personally think that my alternative methods are time-proven and tested. I haven't had goose droppings in my yard for what? 2 hours now. You have no idea how stupid some of these geese can be when you sneak up behind them with a lawn chair or something and whack them over the head. Shh, shh. I think they're coming. I must go.
Another unconventional outdoorsman is Joshua Farkas. Remember growing up and hunting squirrels with a .22 rifle? Joshua doesn't. Instead, he uses regular everyday long tables. His trap and decap method is a one-hit, one-kill with the pesky tree rodents. He has single-handedly reduced the squirrel population by over 60% in the Woodmere area. Tune in next week for part 3 in my series when we follow Steve Levitz as he tracks and hunts human beings with Vice President Dick Cheney.
Hi, I'm Andy Runowitz. Have you ever wondered what it takes to be a chazan? What thoughts run through their minds as they stand before the shul? You've seen them. They come in all shapes and sizes and speeds. You have your speed demons, trying to set new davening speed records as they tear their way through a tefillah. Wonder what's on their mind? I do. Are they hungry? Or perhaps they just need to use the bathroom really badly. Maybe they're scared of their wives and need to get home as soon as possible. Either way, they're all good by me. Then you've got your singers, guys who can drag out a tefillah like there's no tomorrow. Ever wonder what's on their mind? I do. For instance, what is possibly going through their mind when selecting a unique and esoteric tune that 3 out of 70 people are going to know? Do they really like singing alone? Perhaps getting home is not really an appetizing idea for them and they are trying to delay this as long as possible. Perhaps they simply like to hear themselves. Either way, food for thought. Until next week, I'm Andy Runowitz.
I just hate it when I get called to the Amud Daven and I have a frog in my throat. I especially hate it when I crack in the clutch. That's why I use chazenges.
Chazenges. Lozenges. For chazans.
Now we go out to the West Coast with our very own Akiva O'Brien, who has caught up with Meshuggah in Gonson, the hot new rap group made up of the dynamic duo of Dr. Dread and Tufrosk Shakur. Akiva, what's shaking?
This is Akiva O'Brien reporting for CBEY 7 News. I'm standing in the home of up-and-coming record producer Stu, waiting to talk to him. I think I hear him coming in now.
My God, you're here already. You early? Am I late? I'm usually late. Come on, sit down. Get comfortable. I'll be just a minute. Can I get you a drink? Cigar, maybe? Come on, don't be silly. Here. What are you? Scotch, tequila, bourbon? So, what can I do for you?
Well, Stu, we were hoping to talk to you about your new supergroup, Meshuggah in Gonson, and their amazing climb up the hip-hop charts. What do you have to say about that?
Well, here at Stupendous Records, well, you see, we really pride ourselves in keeping our ears to the ground and finding new talent in really weird, far-off places. So I discovered these two guys. They were hanging around, working at the Chevron station in Route 59 in Muncie, pumping gas. Can you believe it? What a rowdy neighborhood. They're crazy. But I could just see the talent oozing from these guys. It was like I had this innate sense. It was ridiculous. Well, once I got them back to my stupendous house and into my stupendous studio, well, we started laying down track, and the rest is really history. They were like an instant sensation. Why don't you just ask them themselves? They're chilling now at their crib.
Yo, Yo, Two Frost, that Schwecky is fat. He is fat.
Listen, please. What about that them there chicken? You don't want your mother seeing you eating a barrel of chicken on TV. That there is Kiva O'Brien.
But I likes my chicken.
Kiva O'Brien, son of a gun. What are you doing here?
Dr. Dredd, Two Frost. We just wanted to ask you some questions about your new album, Vildachayas.
Well, I think we should take this inside where we could be a little more comfortable.
I agree.
So how did you guys develop your sound?
Well, as you know, we come from the other side of Iowa Park in Muncie. You know, where it gets blacker than Harlem on Martin Luther King's birthday.
Well, you know, Dredd's from the Sapa neck of the woods. I was close to the business. Ain't that right, Dredd? My chassid.
Growing up, who were some of your influences?
Some of my influences? Well, you know Kiva, MBD, you know who that is, right?
Mordechai and David?
No, Mo Blacker Dudes.
Well, you know, I love that Schwecky. That Schwecky is unbelievable. Everything I learned about the bigot, I learned from Schwecky.
So, where do you guys hope to be a few years from now?
Well, you know, I'm hoping we can make Aliyah one day. You know, we'd be in Jerusalem with a bigger hot tub.
Well, I hope to be in Jerusalem with Dredd. Except I hope I get 18-inch ribs for my camel.
Let me ask you one final question. How do you plan on handling your success?
We was gonna buy the beaver for that new synagogue congregation piece of prime mitzvah. When we realized we could buy, but then we realized we could buy the name.
That's right. We're gonna call it the Apollo Shul.
Keep it real, all right?
And now back to you guys in the studio.
We leave you tonight with the new video from the single Build a Shul by Meshuggah and Gonson. For all of us here at CBEY News, have a happy and healthy Purim, and please drive safely. Good night.
Good night.
Yo, Dredd, you in the mood to build something?
Two Frost, I know exactly what you thinking.
You driving? I'm driving.
I'm driving.
This here's a jam for all the fellas. Shoes too small, just ask the members. Don't got the zoning is what they tell us. You got a seat, I am jealous.
Okay, smarty, time to make a party. Got the shul by 8, but you're still tardy. Try to get your seat, but you've been beat. They gave it to that guest or that guy off the street.
Next day's luncheon, hot glass function. Kiddush is served before the rabbi, you're munching. Chillin' comes out, people start to fight, and it's all because we jammed in so tight.
Call a meeting, gonna take a beating. There is no room for additional seating. Kids on the end, parents in the middle. Gonna put you on the roof with tell you and a fiddle. Don't got no room, not even for a stool. So come on, guys, and just build a shul.
If you want it, then you build it. If you want it, baby, just build it. If you want it, then you build it. If you want it, baby, just build a shul.
You're on a mission, and you're wishing we get those permits without finesse with suspicion.
It ain't likely, call him nightly. His asking price is so unsightly. But every dark tunnel has a light of hope, so don't hang yourself with $1 million rope.
Just ask like Stewie or Khan, they just can't wait until he's gone. But he's ready with his tools, so come on guys, and just build a shul.
If you want it, then you build it. If you want it, baby, just build a shul. If you want it, then you build it. If you want it, baby, just build a shul.
Shopman starts, shul is packed. Gizzy wants to know if you got room on your lap.
Guest walks in, it's 9:30. Squeezes in your road like everything is fine. Sends his kid to judge for a lolly. Kid comes back all happy and jolly. Takes off the wrapper
and starts to drool. So come on, guys,
And just build the shul. Break it down. Guys are faking, goodness saking, making like a member who brings home the bacon. But you got no money and you got no car, so sitting at the Beamer is where you are. So off the Shul, you go strolling, Spinner and his homies always extolling. All the while they stand patrolling, but you can talk all day if you bankrolling.
Catch the over under, guys. Looking at the time, is there a kid if your kid starts to whine? Got a clutch your davening, and that ain't fine. Had coffee this morning when I should have had wine. The shift is coming, but it's coming by mule. So there's plenty of time. Just build that shul. I know it costs money. I ain't no fool, so hold my post-dated checks and build me a shul.
My Shul, do whatever I want.